Alright, what's up folks, it's me BaRKy and I'm here with another mod for Rimworld Alpha 17 and this is the Megafauna mod. Basically what this mod adds in is a whole lot of new animals, I think 8 in total to the game, and all these animals are along the same line of being massive and genetically made, which is really awesome. My favorite part about this mod is the art style. So over here we have the Arthropleura. Just be prepared to be incredibly frustrated with my pronunciation of these names because they are fucking difficult to say. But yeah, the Arthropleura, and if I zoom out, you can actually see a whole lot of other animals. So over here we have the Decorous, the Entelodont, giant monkey, Gigantopithecus, Paratherium, Titanus, Titanoboa, and then a woolly mammoth, or as I would say, just a fucking furry elephant. We'll get into the stats and all of that, but I just want to say the story behind this is basically the scientists who made the Megatherium, or Megasloth as it's called now in the new update. They actually went ahead and finished the project where they like revisited all these old extinct animals and they brought them back to life, which is really interesting. The art style really fits. Let's take a look at the Megasloth and you can kind of see Megasloths are tough actually. The problem with them is that they don't attack back. So they don't seem to be too strong until they do attack back, and then you're kind of screwed. And then even then they're only in like parties of one, so it doesn't make too much of a difference. So I'm going to go through every single one of these. It's really cool. I actually love the look of them, and I'm going to talk about the art style quite a bit because this could look like this could be added to the game and no one would mind because the art style is just flippin' amazing. Alright, so first up we have this giant centipede looking thing called the Arthropleura. Life expectancy of 150, marked value 900, mass 245, meat amount 350. No leather amount, so you don't get leather off this bug. Pretty good armor. Does a DPS of 6.41. Now, DPS in Rimworld is a bit of a misleading number because in my opinion the first attack is the one that really matters. So this guy does 15 damage. That's really good. That's a lot of damage. So the first attack might actually destroy a limb. Actually, it probably wouldn't with 15, but it would do a lot of damage. If it did 25 or something, you could destroy a limb with the first attack, meaning that the person you're attacking's DPS drops straight away. It's all about the first attack. It's pretty good fighter. I do have a warg. I have a squirrel over here that's one in a warg for comparison because wargs are arguably one of the tougher animals in the game by default. I do have thrombos over there. But you can see this is 3.95, the first attack doing 10 damage. So all these animals seem to be stronger than every single animal in Rimworld except for the Thrumbo, which I'll get into later. But generally they seem to be tougher than most Rimworld animals. Megasloth does quite a bit of damage too. 21 damage, 6 damage per second. Next up we have the Decorous, which looks like that, it looks like a mixture between a dinosaur and a sand shrew from Pokemon. But it has like spikes on its tail over there and it's got armor plating on its head. So it has leather amount 30, life expectancy of 20. This guy's almost dead actually. Marked value 1100, mass 210, meat amount 150. Which it's good to know that you get leather with them. That's nice. Carrying capacity 225, that's really good. I didn't actually see what this one was. 262, nice. Next up we have the Entelodont with leather amount 45, life expectancy 35. Marked value 1600, quite an expensive character. Mass at 210, meat amount 210, and the rest of this is not really important. The giant monkey, marked value 1400, leather amount 52, life expectancy 65, mass 245, meat amount 280. I've always thought that life expectancy is not really important in an animal. In fact, the lower the better, because in Rimworld you're not going to play a colony for like 20 years. At least most people won't. I'm going to get people in the comments telling me, actually I have. Most people don't play longer than 4 or 5, I would say. I would guess roughly. Next we have the Megatherium, which actually looks like a Thrumbo mixed with a Megatherium, to be honest. Like if you compare a Thrumbo to this thing, it just looks like a giant weird thing. Also just keep in mind that the hitbox for these animals is the default size in Rimworld, which is 1. But the actual animal is like 2 by 6. So just keep that in mind that you're going to have to click in a few places right on its tummy. Right there to get it. So anyways, take a look at this bad boy. Carrying capacity 750. That just stands out to me straight away. That is massive. Leather amount 350. Life expectancy 85. Market value 3700. Shit. Mass at 700. Meat amount 1700. This is a massive animal. This thing must be towering. I wonder if this is to scale. Anyways, next up we have this giant bird thing, Titanus. Leather mount 33, life expectancy 25, market value 1000, mass 210, meter mount 180. Pretty interesting. Another thing that's really interesting about that is its wildness is pretty high. If I go to tame, there's a 20% chance it'll attack you. Mind-blowingly high. 20% chance. Oh, and more importantly than that, this will kill you pretty quickly. 788 DPS, one of the highest of these pack animals. Then we have the Titanoboa, giant snake. Leather mount 200, that's really good. Life expectancy of 100, 1800 value. 350 mass, meter mount 350. It's pretty good. And this animal is probably the deadliest one that I can think of in this mod, because this does 60 melee damage every 5 seconds. One bite from this thing will destroy a head or an arm or a torso. That's crazy. This is probably the strongest animal. Even though it's probably not designed to be, it probably comes down to this one or this bird over here. Next up we have the woolly mammoth. It's pretty recognizable. Carrying capacity 375, that's really high. Leather mount 175, life expectancy 65, mark value 1500, mass 350, meter mount 400. It's pretty good. So now if I compare their damages between each other, you can see this is 641, this is 443. Yeah, no, this one's really low. This is more of a tank though, as I can see. This is 765. It's pretty good. This one also does quite a high initial damage, which is nice. This one is 731, also high initial damage. In fact, all these do high initial damages. I wouldn't want to get in a fight with any of these. If I ever did want to get in a fight with someone, I'd probably get in a fight with this one. 621. This is 788. 16 damage initial. This is 744, and this is 704. So that's interesting. They're all really, really strong. And in fact, at the start of this game, I actually had a manhunting pack with 2 of these in it. And when you take into account that the value for these are 1,100 each, that's a pretty crazy thing. There were 2 of them, and they easily could have wiped out the colony if I didn't just dev mode them away. But yeah, so if you compare the damages, it probably averages around 6 to 7, and compare that to a warg, this is 4, and that's pretty high for Rimworld. Take a look at this rat. This is 130. The biggest part about this mod though is not the fact that the animals are cool, it's that they look cool. It's that they really do fit the art style. Like, you can compare these two and they look pretty good. They look pretty good if you compare a squirrel and this giant monkey. Like, with the thick lines going around their body, they have that almost cel-shaded look. Rimworld has similar to that. Like, if you spawn in, okay, not modded stuff, you can see that everything has quite a thick black line going around it. You know, and that's just how it is. That's how the world is supposed to look. Black line. But it gives Rimworld that very cool aesthetic. So this follows that really well. Things are very simplistic. The details are where they should be, which is the most like noticeable thing. So when you look at this, you see the beak and you see this little mane. And this, the first thing you notice about this is the head. Looks really awesome. Same thing with this one. And that's how it should be, you know. Anyways, I think this mod is awesome. Go check it out. I'm definitely going to be adding this to my playthroughs and make the world a bit more exciting. Hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow. Hey you! Thanks so much for making it to the end of my video. I really appreciate it. Editing videos is both my hobby and my passion, and with that in mind, I've decided to open up a Patreon if you'd like to support me besides in the amazing ways that my subscribers already usually do. I've got loads of perks and benefits, including having your own personally custom made colonist, being one of my default colonists in the mod showcases, special roles on Discord, joining me while I stream, monthly Q&As and podcasts. I've got it all. Come take a look. All support is always appreciated, monetarily or not. If you're a subscriber, then be sure to hit the little bell over here to always be up to date with videos I push out, and head over to the Discord if you ever want to have a deep and meaningful chat with me. And last but not least, I hope you're having an amazing day.